So I'm sitting outside the women's and newborn baby unit at Bradford General Hospital here, and that's because another of the seminal scenes in the novel was set in this location. And of course it's very much the crunch time. It's the thing that the whole novel builds up towards. So what happens is that, of course, the young co-wife Aysha, she is pregnant. This is one of the major kind of background factors in the novel that's kind of bubbling away and not often talked about, but we know that a major event is going to happen, which is, of course, the baby. And when babies are born, it rips people's lives apart in a good way and sometimes in a negative way, but it always does. I mean, I remember when my own child was born, it had a massive effect on lots of people, including my mum and her boyfriend at the time, in a way that we didn't foresee. And so the scene where the crunch comes takes place in the building just over there. And of course what happens is that Aysha gives birth to the baby. Layla, who'd gone off to get a cup of tea, so she misses the key moment, and she comes back and they're all ignoring her because she's actually not needed. The whole purpose was to have a kid. She failed in that, and the kid's born now. It's a son. They're all crowding around the bed. They're happy, and she's the spare part that nobody wants. And then Emily comes to her in the hospital and she says, "Right, come with me. I want you." And it's because of that moment that she says, "Right, okay, I'm going to go." That's the crunch moment. The girl that that inspired or partially inspired the novel actually said that she felt like the character was Layla was very much like her apart from that moment. I don't know, she's never been in that situation, so maybe she would act the same, maybe she wouldn't. But at the end of the day, I think we go along through our lives normalizing everything, and sometimes it takes that shock, like a child entering the world, like for example at the beginning of the novel, the husband getting a co-wife, like a war, like a death, to jolt us into this reality that actually our lives aren't as we thought, and things can't go on because the only thing that doesn't change is change, and nothing can stay the same no matter how much we want it. And I think in her life, Layla just thinks, well, I can cope with what I've got, so I'm going to just keep going on. But of course you can't, because you're not going to keep going on, because something will change, and it changes here at the Women and Newborn Baby Unit in Bradford General Hospital. Thanks for listening.